Facebook is taking an Israeli surveillance firm to court next week for allegedly hacking users of its encrypted messaging service, WhatsApp. The social media giant accused NSO Group of hacking into the phones of nearly 1,400 users back in October. Among them were human rights activists, political dissidents and journalists. NSO Group disputed those allegations, promising to fight them vigorously. Amazon chief executive Jeff Bezos has previously said NSO could have provided the software that Saudi Arabia used to hack his phone. There are several instances where NSO has been caught out. The FBI is reportedly investigating the firm over the way its software has been linked to hacks into dissidents, particularly cases in Saudi Arabia. In 2018, researchers in Canada identified 36 operators that they said were using NSO technology on targets in 45 countries, including on Omar Abdulaziz, a Saudi critic. Abdulaziz later alleged in a lawsuit the same software was used to target dissident Jamal Khashoggi, who was murdered by Saudi agents in 2018. Well, let's speak now to Mazen Masri, who's in London. He is an international law professor at City University, London, who's also been advising the plaintiffs in a case against NSO Group in Israel. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Masri. The NSO says its technology is used by governments to target criminals. Do you buy that?
Well, in many instances, we've seen that the technology was used to target reporters, journalists, human rights lawyers, activists, and opposition figures like Omar Abdulaziz, who are working in using peaceful methods. So the saying that it exclusively targets criminals and terrorists has been proven to be false.
You're advising, as we said, plaintiffs in a case in Israel. It seems that NSO Group is facing litigation on quite a few different fronts.
Yes, so there are a number of cases that are happening at this stage. So there are two cases in Israel, one against NSO affiliate in Cyprus, and there's also the case in California by WhatsApp against NSO because they used WhatsApp and WhatsApp infrastructure to attack or to surveil people and to infect their phones.
I'm interested because these cases that we're talking about have been going on for a few years. The allegations, refer to a few years ago or going back a few years. Is the law able to keep up with this kind of cyber surveillance technology?
Well, generally speaking, when it comes to technology develops much faster than the law. And we can see this in all areas of technology, and especially when it comes to human rights implications of technology. But what the law provides us is a set of principles that could be used in order to hold companies such as NSO and other spyware companies to account for the technology that they produce.
How prevalent is NSO Group and this technology? I mean, listing off those countries, it seems like there are a lot of governments using this software.
Well, we're talking about industry of about $12 billion a year. And it's not just NSO, there are also other companies, but for NSO's technology seems to be one of the most developed technologies, and they have it looks like they have a long list of clients, and these clients do not particularly hold human rights in high regards. So we can see them targeting journalists and human rights activists rather than just focusing on or limiting the use of this technology to criminals and terrorists. What's interesting here now is that companies such as WhatsApp and Facebook decided to put an end to the exploitation of their platforms and the technology that they use by NSO, and decided to take NSO to court to end this exploitation, which is a good step forward, because that makes it harder for companies such as NSO to actually use this technology and to also target individuals who have nothing to do with crime or terrorism.
Thank you for that. That's Mazen Masri there, an international law professor.